Hi guys, in today's video we're going to be exploring the history of Singapore property cooling measures. So if you are taking notes, you want to get ready because we're going to go through some very serious numbers right now. So the first thing you need to understand about the cooling measures is that it started in the year 2009. Primarily there are 5 of them, which is additional buyer stamp duty, seller stamp duty, loan to value, total debt servicing ratio and mortgage servicing ratio. So all these measures are put in place by the Singapore government to regulate the demand of property. And we're going to understand the implementations of it and how it affected the property prices in Singapore. So if I'm going to look at the private property transaction over the last 20 years, and I'm not going to include executive condominiums, we're going to look at the whole Singapore and not looking at landed properties, we can see a very interesting price trend. So as you can see over here in the year 2003 to 07, the price went up about 83%, and it stays stagnant for a while from 07 to 09, and from 09 to 13 price went up about 42%, and from 13 to 17 price remained stagnant, and from 17 to 2021 price went up a 22%. So from this graph we can establish a very interesting price trend movement. Every time there is a price increase in Singapore, it would happen over the course of 3 to 4 years. And when the price goes stagnant, it will go stagnant for about 1 to 2 years, and every 3 to 4 years the price will go up again, and likewise 1 to 2 years the price will remain stagnant, and the next 3 to 4 years price would go up again. So if you're someone looking to time the market and wanting to buy a property at a lower price, this is one thing that you want to take note. Every time there is an uptrend, it will go up for about 3 to 4 years and it will remain stagnant for about 1 to 2 years. Now the next interesting price trend that we can see on the graph is that from the year 2003 all the way to 2013, the Singapore property prices grows at about 9.41% per year. And right after 2013 all the way to 2021, the Singapore property price grows at about 2.48% per year. Now something very interesting happened in the year 2013, and that was the introduction of the total debt servicing ratio. So basically it is the Singapore government trying to stop people from over leveraging and over borrowing to buy properties that they cannot afford. Now this measure has worked tremendously well because right after the implementation of the TDSR, the Singapore property price have only been growing at about 2.48% per year, which is pretty much tied to inflation. So by understanding the implementations of the cooling measures and looking at how it affected the property price movement across the board in Singapore, we can conclude the reason why cooling measures exist is because the Singapore government wants to keep the property prices growing, but growing at an organic manner so that it doesn't become over speculated, causing the property price to go into a bubble. So I hope this video gives you a much clearer insight as to why property cooling measures exist and how it directly impacts the property prices in Singapore across the board over the last 20 years. And of course, if you're looking to time the market, it is important for you to understand that every uptrend happens about 3 to 4 years, and every downtrend and the period where property price goes stagnant, it only happens about 1 to 2 years. And lastly, there is also a proven trend that after every crisis, property price starts to go up, because whenever there's uncertainty, people put their plans to buy and sell on hold, and when they see that the market is recovering, there is a pent-up demand, and all of them would start doing transactions again, and hence pushing up the demand for property and the price alongside with it. And that's all the information I have for you today. If there's anything else you want to analyze, do get in touch with me. If not, I will see you in the next video. Stay safe.